It's been 20 years since the epic fantasy blockbuster, The Lord of the Rings, was released. Even now, its special effects are better than any other blockbuster. The Hobbit series subsequent reshoots, despite their high scores, cannot surpass the height of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. The novel of The Lord of the Rings took 12 years to write, and it was revised repeatedly for 4 years. The screenplay took an additional 4 years to write. It took a total of 20 years of preparation before the film was produced. It is regarded as one of the 4 great masterpieces in the West. I have explained the Hobbit series before. Today, the editor will continue explaining the subsequent stories of The Hobbit. To fully understand this magnificent crew, you must first understand the origin of the demon world. At the beginning of the film, the director explained clearly with a voiceover that before the great devil Sauron tore off his hypocritical mask, he forged 19 magic swords with the elves under the pretext of benefiting Middle-earth, 3 of which were forged by the elves themselves, 7 were given to the dwarf king, and the remaining 9 were all given to 9 human kings. These rings were infused with powerful magic. They used the rings to protect their respective races. However, they did not know that Sauron secretly forged a supreme ring under Mount Doom that could control all the rings. Sauron put all his ambitions of cruelty, evil desire, and control of all things into the supreme ring. The peaceful world was gradually shrouded by Sauron's darkness. The Queen of the Elf was the first to notice Sauron's trick. They took off the ring, but the 9 kings of mankind were devoured by the ring. Become Sauron's puppet and become a sword spirit without a body. In order to resist Sauron, the human and elf alliance formed a battle. The orc army swarmed up from the hillsides. At the command of the elf king Aaron, the golden armored army launched an attack on the orcs with thousands of arrows. The confused army was about to face a frontal confrontation. The elf army immediately switched to melee mode and slashed at the orcs. Just when everyone was cheering for the upcoming victory, Sauron joined the battlefield with the Supreme Lord of the Rings. The coalition forces could not resist the power of the Supreme Lord of the Rings and the crushing attack. The situation was reversed to the side of the orcs. Sauron's hammer struck the human king, making him fly onto the rocks and perish instantly. Prince Isildur went to his father. Sauron refused to let them live and aimed to destroy them all. At the critical moment, Prince Isildur took his father's broken ring and angrily cut off Thorin's finger. The Supreme Lord ring fell to the ground and was noticed by Isildur. Sauron, separated from the Supreme Lord ring's power, glowed white and vanished instantly in an explosion. The explosion's shockwave overturned everyone. Ultimately, the coalition triumphed over Mordor's army. Isildur finally picked up the fallen Lord ring and was asked by the Dragon King to send it into the volcano to prevent future troubles. Isildur was tempted by the ring and took it for himself at the critical moment. However, he was attacked by orcs on the way home. In the chaos, Isildur took the ring and became invisible instantly. He took the opportunity to jump into the river and escape from the battlefield. The ring decided to leave at the moment of diving, betraying Ithil. Without the ring's blessing, he appeared and was shot to death by arrows in the river. The One Ring sank to the riverbed and lay dormant for 250 years, eventually transforming from history into legend. 2 hobbits were fishing in the river. One of them jumped into the lake and accidentally found the One Ring. They didn't know the origin of the One Ring. They just looked at each other and were deeply tempted by the ring. Smeagol asked his companion to give it to him on his birthday. The two started fighting for a ring. In the end, Smeagol strangled his companion to death and said a classic sentence to the ring. Smeagol, he used the invisibility function of the demon world to return to the Shire and did many dirty things. The Bay people drove him out of the Shire and forced him to live in the caves of the Misty Mountains, relying on eating raw fish. Smeagol's soul became a ghost and a human due to the long-term erosion of the demon world, with no communication with the outside world. He had schizophrenia and frequently conversed with himself in the demon realm. He resided quietly in the Misty Mountains for 500 years and deteriorated into a quadrupedal monster. He forgot many things and even his own name.